ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्महेधि वेदस्य महाणीस्थ श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ May my speech be firmly established in my mind. May my mind be also firmly established in my speech. May there be perfect correspondence between my thoughts, words, and actions. O self-effulgent Lord, be revealed in my consciousness. May the truths of the scriptures come to me. May not what I learn from them ever forsake me. Let me lead the life in the light of these scriptural truths day and night. I shall speak what is appropriate. I shall speak the truth. May that protect me. May that protect the teacher. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us feel the divine, eternally perfect, ever unchanging, luminous and blissful core of our being. Let it be thought of as a steadily burning candle flame. And let us concentrate on that. This luminous true nature of myself has spread all over my body. In fact, I see my body is made of that. And as I see this truth, I see the whole universe is also filled with the same tremendously intense and yet not scorching light. I am in everything. I am all that is. All the apparent dualities and contradictions, they merge in me here as the light infinite. This is the source of all happiness or bliss. This is the love. This is the peace. This is immortality. I am this. Om. Peace. 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 Om. Asatu ma sadgamaya. Tamasu ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityormam amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, dear friends, on this very cool day, we are having the last class of this year's Mysticism classes on Ibn Arabi's Futuhat. Futuhat is his magnum opus, which he wrote for more than 3 decades and has 34 chapters. Today we are going to, trying to conclude first part of the first chapter. So you can imagine that how many classes would be required to discuss all this Futuhat. In fact, the whole translation may not be even available in English. So what I am using is a draft translation, that too of only the first chapter. So, and this is the first chapter of, and only we will be seeing the first part of it. So, as we saw, Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi is one of the greatest mystics in the Islamic world, earliest, one can say for sure, one of the earliest. There was Junaid before him. Rabia was before him. So, but they never philosophized anything. Ibn Arabi was a philosopher, and therefore his presentation of non-duality is not just matter of experience, but of a proper logical philosophical presentation. So that is very interesting, because many of other mystics, they have not bothered about presenting philosophy. Just the realization as it came, they tried to poetically put forward. Not that Ibn Arabi has not done it. He also has done it. But in addition, provided the philosophical, rational background of it. Like we explained earlier, his discussion with the then well-known philosopher Averroes. So, Averroes was a follower of Aristotle, a rationalist. And therefore, when they met, the discussion was presented as in a symbolic way, that he said yes, Ibn Arabi said yes. Then again he said yes, Averroes said yes, Ibn Arabi said no. Means the idea as explained is that this world of appearance changing, that we can study through the rational means. Science can be done. Actually, in the next section, we are unfortunately not going to study. There is that presentation of four scientists. Four scientists from different places. So they were going to find out the truth in various their own methods. So here the Averroes was convinced, like many as these followers of science, that the truth can be ultimately understood, experienced through science. Science is getting there. That yes, today or tomorrow it will discover all these truths. It will understand all the secrets. See how much progress we have been making. It is, if our intelligence is not enough, now there is AI, artificial intelligence. So with that we can know everything. But as Ibn Arabi said, no, the mundane level truths can be understood, which again are changing. That changing things can be understood through science. It is a basic limitation of physical science and also of rational thought. Please don't get me wrong. Rational thought is important for understanding and living in this world. But there is a truth that is beyond this, that cannot be understood by rational means. Basically, it is beyond rationality because it is very inclusive. Rationality, you see, Every being has its own rationality. Even amongst human beings, you see, the rationality varies. What appears to be rational to some people appears to be completely irrational to other people. Can you brand them that they are not thinking people? They also think, but this is how the thought is, that it varies from person to person. So you can have some commonalities on the basis of which physical science can be developed. But imagine, the logic of, say, a bed bug. How different will it be? It has its own brain, it has its own understanding. It goes on that plane, the bed bug world. Bed bug world could be understood by that. So many birds are there, and they live their life based on this their logic, that where something can be found, and their life for that it is enough. But we have to transcend this to get to the ultimate truth, and that is the idea that we see in all mystics, that this world, okay, like Sri Ramakrishna, he says, what do you get by science? If you mix this with this, you get this. Hydrogen mixed with oxygen, then you get water, and all that. This is what science can give you. But science will not be able to give you what he calls Satchidananda, the existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute. It cannot bring the absolute bliss in our life. It will not remove all the other things in our life, like jealousy, anger, lust. Howsoever science may progress, amongst the scientists there is no lack of these things. That howsoever big truths they can produce, can get so many papers published in what? Nature, isn't it? So all that can happen. Does that reduce their lust, anger, jealousy? Forget it. So it is, uh, therefore, those things which block our happiness, this is what blocks our happiness. If we are jealous, we cannot be happy. And science cannot find a solution for removal of jealousy. So this is how Ibn Arabi says that the ultimate truth cannot be found through the rational methods. We have to go beyond rationality. This is actually what we are studying here this summer, is from the letter he wrote to one of his colleagues, friends, or whatever you may call a close spiritual friend, Abdul Aziz. So this letter is being now discussed here. Thus praise is to Allah that I am collecting the realities, the names of the Creator, and the realities in creation. The reality, see, there is that capital uppercase R there. means the reality that which is real, and that is represented by some name of Allah. All are names of Allah. But also there is the reflected transient reality. Like the millions of suns can be seen in the fountain in that picture. The picture hasn't come very clear, but every drop in that fountain, there is one sun. So, how are these suns like this world, transitory? Though that sun there appears, disappears. It is actually not there. Ah, one may think, oh, there is a sun in that water drop. If I catch that water drop, I will get the sun. No, it will not come there. So, this is what is the creation. Those things come and go. So, it has names. But each name actually refers to the ultimate reality. You apply it to somebody, some person, or something here. But that thing is the reflection only. Of what is that reflection? That ultimate reality. So that is also the name of the ultimate reality. Sri Ramakrishna used to therefore get into that state, exalted state of ecstasy, samadhi. Even while he would listen to some very bad expletives, uh, he would get into samadhi and would say, "Oh mother, the ka in your name, Kali, ka in your name, is that ka different from ka in that one of the bad words? Same. So actually, there is nothing in the world apart from God. It is a very important aspect that therefore all the words which impart some kind of a reality to that temporary thing, like our and there. Now, what is it? If you try to see, nothing but God alone. The other things are changing. They are not really what an is. What is that and then? God. Everything is like that, God. Everybody has some temporary qualities acquired and then discarded. They come and then go. Like somebody could be a sprinter, runs very fast, got gold medal, but after say 50 years, the person will not be a sprinter like that, maybe walking with a stick actually. So therefore, uh, those qualities come and they go, they appear and disappear. So therefore, but the name continues, name continues. So, therefore, the name actually is a connector to the ultimate unchanging reality. So, therefore, reality and realities in creation, the ultimate reality, and then others are realities also. It is so. Let us try to feel this great idea that in the world there is nothing but God alone. That is the reality. Other things, they are appearances due to ignorance. So, creator and creation. So in creation it is like that. In the creation, there is the appearance of individuality which keeps on shifting. I. I am like this, I am like that, I am like that. Just yesterday and today I received some emails. One lady is telling, I am completely changed person. I am completely changed person. So what is this I? It actually changes continuously. It is, I am well, I am sick, but the same I. So it is actually, if one analyzes, therefore, this I is the all pervading reality, the God, Brahman in Vedanta terms. It is, that is what I am. Uh, I may identify by mistake, I am this body. But this body changes. After I take supper, it will change. After I had lunch, it changed. Yeah, today because of this wonderful weather, I was sweating and sweating, changing every time. You see. So it is. What is then I refer to? Like in a movie. You see, every single object is moving. That is why it is called movie. Things move. The same that thing, if it is shown in the movie all the time, only one thing, one object, then it will not be called movie. It moves. So this is like a movie, always changing. But the reality of all objects in that movie is the screen. Hmm. It is the screen. If you go to have a handshake with somebody whom you want to get introduced, you like that person, so you say, let me have a handshake and maybe a hug. That person, what will you have hugging? Will you be hugging too? Huh? What? Jitendra? Screen, because that is the reality of every single object. So here also the reality of every single thing, single object is Allah, the God. Allah is the reality of every single object. And so to proclaim this is my duty, and telling the strange things about. These things are very strange. People are not accustomed to hear it, and therefore you say in such spiritual lectures, classes, a little more philosophical, then everybody starts dozing. Why? Not that they have come here to doze. That is certainly they came here for what, Ashutosh? Huh? To listen, yeah. They traveled some distance. They are spending their time, certainly not for sleep. But what happens is that because these are very strange things than the things we are accustomed to, therefore the brain gets a bit foggy after listening a few things, gets a bit foggy, and therefore cannot proceed further, and that is what is sleep. These are strange things, and yet the sages make it as their duty to speak to us about it. It is gradually we learn to listen. In Sri Ramakrishna's room there, Who used to come, Abhijit? The person who would sleep, come and sleep. Huh? Other Sen, correct, thank you. Other, other Sen would come and sleep. Sri Ramakrishna would say, let him sleep. It is. So, uh, some just have that attitude, cannot get all that, it is. So, the brain kind of becomes dull. But just because he feels sleepy, was Sri Ramakrishna not telling the spiritual truths? He was telling the same. So, it is. Therefore, the next statement he makes, whose ways are very narrow, even for the eloquent. The person can be, very well versed in explaining the truths, but the very nature of these truths is such that it finds the passage very difficult. The ways, therefore, are very narrow. Uh, you remember, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus therefore says, those who go by the narrow path, they reach the truth. Those who go by the broad path on which lot of people are traveling, that goes to destruction. This narrow path, because that is how this road is, very less frequented and fraught with so many problems, because this is not the way of the regular world of sense pleasures and multiplicity. So that is what Ibn Arabi mentions here. Uh, Thus, thank with me, O Abdul Aziz, to whom the letter is being written. Thank our Lord and also thank the sign of Virgin. What is this Virgin? Uh, it is, and in the next line says parents. Allah and the Virgin together are the parents. What is this Virgin? There is in Catholics, there is, they worship Virgin Mary. It is because without any physical connection, through that this so much progeny comes out. It is there is a very nice poem of this, a saintly, composed by a saint, that, oh, it is, look, this is what very little creature, and that female from that of that creature, uh, without doing anything, gave birth to all billions of different things in the world, all coming from that one mother. How is that mother? Virgin. It is, the symbology is very beautiful, that it is without any contact. It is the everything gets produced. Why? How? That is, we call in Vedanta Maya or Shakti. It is the Shakti of Brahman. So that together they produce the world, as it were. The Brahman and the power of nations. It is very strange. If this power is not there, then you see Brahman, there is no world, is not seen. When it is combined with the power of nations, Maya, then the world appears, you see. Take that power away, again the world disappears. It is very funny, but that is how this Maya and this Brahman are. That Jnaneshwar in one of his uh, this verses says that it is uh, from this one woman which is not woman, all this creation has come out. And thus, that is also to be thanked. Uh, it is also thank the sign of Virgin. Because just as Allah cannot be caught, so also the Virgin cannot be caught. So you can have only sign. Sign is when we do not have a concrete, actual thing present, then we speak in signs and symbols. Like the most common example I like to give, because we are all familiar with it, that there is the traffic lights. They are signs. They actually, it is not that, uh, actually not that somebody comes and holds the wheels of your car and they stop. What's happening? Uh, so it is, this sign is there. It doesn't uh, compel you to stop, but it tells you in a symbolic way to stop. It is a sign. It doesn't speak, it doesn't see either, but it has so much power. What power a red light has, and the traffic lights, a red light, so much power, you see. 100 cars just stand because the light is red, as if the red light has so much power there to make all the 100 cars stop. So that is the sign. So this sign of Virgin is that all this creation is where from it came. Okay, Virgin. Just as this is for understanding of we human beings. So in human beings we see from a female the creation as it were comes out. So this is female, uh, from whom all the creation comes about, but it is a strange female, cannot be seen. Only the creation can be seen. It is therefore in Vedanta you have that Maya cannot be seen, but the effects of Maya can be seen. This is all the effects, the progeny of Maya can be seen. And all this progeny has happened without any physical intercourse with anything. Brahman and Maya, they don't have any such that type of connection. And yet, this such, infinitely many variety gets born where there is only one without second. Allah has been shown here very often as one. There is no second. Only Allah is one. Now then, why do we see so many? Because that is the sign of Virgin. Because of that Virgin, now infinitely many, that very reality is seen as infinitely many. Like the earlier example, one sun. But all these water drops, they have a reflection of that sun. So that one sun now becomes infinitely many. So this is the virgin. It is a very difficult phenomena to, grasp uh, that what is this Maya? Don't ask, It is cannot be defined, cannot be told. But you are that. We are all in Maya. Where are we? In Maya. Where is Maya? Don't ask. So where you are, it is then that kind of an answer that where does Teresa live? Teresa lives below Jitendra's apartment. That is Teresa's, below Jitendra's apartment. Where does Jitendra live? Above Teresa's apartment. So but where both of them live? Above and below each other. That is the information that doesn't help anybody to go to anybody's home because it is only told like that, and there is no other way of telling about Brahman. It is and Maya. That it is all appears, that is how it appears, Maya. And then, what is Brahman? That which appears is Brahman. That which appears is Maya. That which appears is Brahman. It is when you realize the truth, Maya disappears. Without destroying anything, all this universe just disappears, friends. Just like sometimes in that Hindi language, there is a saying, how this world disappears when the knowledge dawns, just like the horns on the head of a rabbit. Now the rabbit never had horns, only the ears looked like horns. The ears looked like horns. Now, those non existing horns, when you see closely, they are not horns, they are ears. So, just like those horns disappear, this world also disappears like that, with all our likes and dislikes, with all that we are going to do. Ashutosh may think, then what will happen to my PhD if I get Brahmajnana right here? If I get see God, then what will happen to my PhD? This question will also disappear. All those connections that we feel, that also disappear. All the calendar marks, okay, I am blocking this date for this is for this, all that disappears. It is in ignorance. When ignorance goes away, there is nothing of that is left. And do you see it, Tilakji? Yeah, all this will disappear. When knowledge comes, that's it. So that is where from then this come? Virgin. That is just as in the law where Allah said, thank me and thank thy parents, and you are the essence of my judiciary. It's a very mystic statement. You are the essence of my judiciary. Means deciding right, wrong. Who decides? That is what you are. The one's individuality starts this building the world according to right and wrong. So Allah says, okay, you are my judiciary. You decide what is right, what is not right. Accordingly, you will act, and accordingly, you will get the result. Accordingly, you will then refine your understanding of right and not right. So, that is how the progress happens in an individual as the individual moves forward in life. So, oh, why this is coming and going? Any problem with this? Hmm? Then, after praising Allah with the praise of the praise, not with other, and the perfect prayers on the one who was taken at night to his status. All very mystic language, friends. Mm. It is, one has to meditate on that and get the meaning. In the book that I was reading, there are notes uh, that on everything that what it might be meaning is like this. So it is uh, Allah very special prayer because nobody like him. So with not with other because he is one without second. And the perfect prayers on the one who was taken at night to his status. Hmm. Prayers to the people who realized Allah. How it happened, nobody can tell. Therefore, it is said that at night he gained the status of Allah or the God. That is how this process of getting out of ignorance cannot be told. It is how it happens. Holy Mother said, well, if how it happens cannot be told. It is like somebody who was asleep on a bed, and along with the bed, without letting that person wake up, very smoothly, without shaking, that person is transported to, say, 1,000 miles away. Now, how did I come here? They don't know because it was while sleeping the fellow was lifted like that. So, how does one get realized? Not exactly, one cannot tell it. It is they he was taken to that status. You should know, O you, the intelligent, sensible dear friend, that when the wise departs away from his friend and events of time split him from his intimate friend, he must then tell him from time to time what he has gained in his absence and the wisdom he acquired in his heart. So this is a correspondence between two spiritual aspirants. They come together, but then their ways part. But then not really part because whatever one is learning is getting communicated to the other. So that is the friend. Friend is the one who can that understand the tidings of these spiritual aspirant. So uh, that friend is there, but every friend uh, has to part the ways because everybody's path is different. Not no two people have the same path. So they go up to some distance together and then part the ways. But they then communicate, what did I learn? So one tells that this is how things are progressing, and thus other person thus knows, remains in touch in a funny way. Means they don't see each other, but like the ways part, in this direction, in order that his friend be delighted for what the fulfiller and the merciful offered him of his secrets. So these are the secrets that the God has given this, and because it is given to one friend, now it gets transmitted to another friend. That the same secrets, and thus this friend becomes happy. Uh, his secrets granted him of his knowledge, and let him hear of his words. Thus it will be as if this his friend was always within him when he knows about him. Always, sorry, with him, not within. I was always with him at the level of knowledge, not at the level of body. Physically, they have parted, gone different directions, but the knowledge communication keeps on happening because, in a way, they are together. And we are together at different levels. Like some people are working in the same place. So they are together means what? At their work they are together. When the work is finished, then they go in different directions. So at some are like that. Some don't work together, but they are in a way together, like say doctor and the patients. They are together, but for a certain purpose. Beyond that, their connection doesn't last. But this connection is of a different type. It is different, very so intimately connected that body being together or apart after a stage doesn't make any difference. So they are connected in knowledge. So thus it will be as if his friend was always with him when he knows about him. So that is how these days we are always, unfortunately, too much connected with phones. So all the time, that phone. So we are all connected. There is group connections, so all social media, Facebook and whatnot. So there we are connected through that. Physically we are not connected. That is how the phone, that no physical connectivity, everybody is at a home. At a home, all 4 5 people in the family are sitting together for breakfast. And then nobody is talking to anybody. That it is all are busy with phone, sending message here, there, or playing something. So it is that is another platform of connection. So this is the knowledge platform. So on that knowledge we are connected. This is actually every particle here is connected with every other particle. In that sense, we are all connected. So it is very mystic verse, When I knocked on the door of Allah, I was attentive and not playing, until my eyes saw the light of his face. I went to him, and there was nothing else at uh, at that. Vanished. You thought of Allah or God as per your understanding, and you were attracted to meet Him. So, as you go, nothing was there. Everything disappears there. All forms disappear. All I and mind disappear. Uh, at that, I encompass the whole existence by knowledge. I encompass the whole existence by knowledge. You become everything. Hmm. With knowledge, you are everything. Now, with knowledge, you become that. There is no gap between them. There is a lot of discussion on various commentaries on that verse of Bhagavad Gita. That word comes Vishate Tadanantaram. Means as one gets knowledge, then enters God. Is there any time lag between that? That okay, today this person realized God. Then after some days, will start, getting into God. No, uh, it is same thing said differently. That's all. That you experience God and your I-ness vanishes. I-ness vanishes and you experience God. They are same thing, friends. They are not different. Vanishing of I and this realizing the truth. So, there is no knowledge in our heart other than Allah. There is no other knowledge. That is, all other is ignorance. So it becomes knowledge when we see, connect to Allah through that. If the weird creatures seek my way like that, they will never ask, what are the realities? They would never ask this. What are the realities? Because there is no reality. They are unrealities called realities. The reality is only Allah. The God is the only reality. Allah says the truth and He guides to the path. And here the first part of this ends. First part of first chapter of Al Futuhat ends. So end our this summer's mysticism classes as well. So for some about 2 weeks, there will be no programs happening here. And then again a burst of programs. There is the Krishna festival on 16th of August. 16th of August, there will be lot of, from 11 o'clock, there will be, lot of singing, food offering, and some speech. There will be the children's camp would be ending that day, children's participation, and then after lunch some more singing. And the highlight of this year's Krishna festival program is the Kathak dance of one Laboni Mohanta. Labani Mohanta is an internationally known Kathak dancer. So she will be performing here from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on that day. So up to 3 p.m. there will be other things going on. After lunch there will be another music session. So and then on next day 17th we will have the yearly joint service at Anisquam village church in commemoration of Swami Vivekananda's speech there. That was Vivekananda's first ever speech in America. So on 17th, then there will be next, this thing is retreat in Rochester. Nothing here, but in Rochester there will be yearly, we have this program going on for last many years. I think about 25 years, or not 25, but 22, 23 years it is happening. A retreat in Rochester, New York for a scriptural study. Myself and Kripamayananda from Toronto, and we go there. So then that will be probably the end of most of the summer programs. We will begin in September. Then we will inform of that September programs later. So, any questions? Okay, Tilak ji has a question.
Pranam, Swamiji.
Pranam, pranam.
Swamiji, I'm just curious that, he studied under a disciple of Aristotle. And then in past summers, we read the Philokalia, we read, I think, Saint Avila. Why is this text so obtuse? I mean, those were written at the same time in simpler words.
No, actually, we did not study Saint Avila of in summer classes. It was studied. It was studied during Thanksgiving. That is a different treatment. This is because the language is like that. It appears a bit abstruse, but not so. It is a different approach. Every mystic has a very special, different approach. It is not as difficult, when you pay more attention and try to get the things in. It is very easy. It is like Hafiz poems. The mystic poetry is like that. They are very deep things. So we have to pay attention and meditate on it. Then the meaning opens up. Yes, Aditya, he has a question. Here, Aditya.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. You explain everything so nicely. It's hard to think of questions because you give very logical explanations of this topic.
Thank you.
You make it very simple. So even though it's not simple, it is very complex. It's very complex, in fact. I just wanted to clarify one thing. When you, in a few slides earlier, when you shared the letter about being taken away at night. Yeah, the next slide after that.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
The perfect prayers on the one who was taken at night.
Yeah.
That is to his status. I just wanted to, who is that referring to? Is that Prophet? Prophet Muhammad?
Yes,
Is
Prophet
it?
Muhammad or anyone whose
Okay.
ignorance is gone uh,
Okay.
comes to that level. As
Okay.
we say in Vedanta,
Okay.
Brahma Veda Brahmaiva Bhavati.
Mm.
One who knows Brahman becomes Brahman. It is the question of knowledge,
Mm.
that if this fellow thinks I am Yogatmananda, well, I am limited Yogatmananda, then that's it.
Mm.
When I see I am Brahman, then I am Brahman.
I mean, this makes me think to some extent. It makes me wonder that, you know, many of the people across the lives of the people across the world who have these mystical experiences, when you read their writing, you listen to the stories of their life and you pay attention to the metaphors that they use, the signs and metaphors, it is very literally out of this world,
That is
like a little
true.
hysterical maniac almost. It makes me wonder, like, I don't know if I'm explaining my question well, but what, does the ultimate require such impenetrable language to
It does because of the metaphor, that there is no direct access. Like Kabir, that there I will be soon giving a lecture on this. What happens when water gets thirsty? Uh, what will you
yeah.
do if water gets thirsty? That is how our desires, we are desiring for something when we are actually everything. Ah, we are really, what Punita? Really everything. But we feel, no, no, I need this, I need that, okay, I have to have this. Uh, Thus, it is like water becoming thirsty. Mm. ah, so that is how it is, yeah. Any question upstairs? So let us conclude. Om Asatu Ma Sadgamaya Tamasu Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormam Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.